Welcome, lords and ladies, kings and queens, my noble court, to the Cosmic Archive, a living legendarium of a million worlds. I am Lord Master Leonis, your humble scribe and archivist, and curator of this fine establishment. Today, we're going to watch, for the first time on my channel, a Bupela video. This one is called Sloptology, I believe? I can probably... Sloptology. Yep, that is what it is called. I'm guessing, because I haven't seen this yet, I'm guessing this has to do with the idea of AI slop, which does exist, by the way. Just because it's AI doesn't mean it's good. There's a lot of people who have worked really hard to use AI as a tool to create incredible videos. We've watched a lot of them on this channel. Bupela is another person who does this, although a lot of her videos are music videos. I assume probably done through Suno or something similar. But she does have this video and then a Sloptology part 2, or a Sloptology opening 2. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what this is. I imagine it probably has to do with AI slop versus AI not so slop. But we'll see. I've seen a number of images of characters or VTubers that I know. So hopefully my newly acquired Skydex knowledge will help me. Granted, I'm not even halfway through the Skydex yet, so we'll see. We'll see how much it helps. We're going to do a minimal reaction and a maximal reaction. Minimal reaction is not going to be available for those of you on YouTube. I'm terribly, terribly sorry, but unfortunately, YouTube really doesn't like an unpaused react, so I'm just covering my ass basically. But if you watch this on X or Rumble, once I get it uploaded there, you won't have that problem. So that is your cue to view these on those platforms. I think moving forward, hopefully X and Rumble will be able to compete with YouTube. I mean, I don't realistically see that happening, but one can dream. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Okay. Okay. Oh, wow, that was definitely something. Oh man, I'm trying to wrap my head around all that. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to be a shorter react. I'm at a bit of a loss for words right now. It was definitely funny. If you were aiming for that, Bupela, it was definitely funny. All right, we're going to do this again. I'm going to give you my maximal reaction. Okay. This is very classy anime opening right here. I suppose I could have guesstimated on this at this point because the style takes a complete tonal shift, that this could have been more video game style instead of anime style opening. Okay, so this is, again, I'm relatively certain this is Bupela. This is Nylaf, and this is Celestia Mart. You know, I haven't hit either of their bits in the Skydex yet. I'm kind of curious about the shadow people they're fighting. Obviously, this is kind of just I'm guessing, very much of a jokester, not really fully constructed story universe. But I am interested because this looks very cool. Like this concept of like fighting shadow people. This looks very cool for like a game mechanic and whatnot. And it's interesting because they're fighting in this like post-apocalyptic destroyed city here. They were just at like a sort of ruins in the forest. And then before that, you saw like an actual functional, normal, everyday city. This is Chew on Head. She's nicknamed Kami Mommy by a lot of people. She's a leftist who hasn't lost her brain to the rot. So she actually makes good points. For example, while she believes socialism is a better system than capitalism, she is vehemently against the United States implementing socialism at this time because the current leadership, every member of the current leadership of the U.S. is incredibly greedy and would not implement it correctly, and so she actively is against attempting to establish socialism in the U.S., at least at this time. So Takes like that is what makes her a little more popular with a more well-balanced audience. I'm sorry. Every time Eustace shows up, I laugh. It's Eustace is like so out of left field. His design just doesn't fit like anywhere specifically. It's such a like whatever you put him in, the whole vibe is one thing, and then he shows up and the vibe just shifts. And now we have more comedy, we have more levity. It just I think it's so hilarious that he gets depicted in these ways where it's very clear like you're supposed to be taking him a degree of serious. Like here, he's clearly reaching out his hand to like help and comfort and whatnot, but he's wearing a dunce cap the whole time. I really want to watch a Eustace video on this channel, but so many of them are very, very, very political, and I try to generally avoid going too deep into politics. Not to say that I don't talk about politics, but I don't want that to be my brand, so. Okay, who is... Because this guy shows up at the end, too. Is this, like, male Bupela? I'm not... Man-Pella? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it is. And is this, like, realistic Bupela? I'm also not sure. I don't recognize the face. I do recognize this guy, though. This is Psycho VT. I haven't gotten to his Skydex yet, but he made a video called I Am Psycho, which I should also react to on this channel at some point, which tells a lot about like who he is and his story. He's like a survivalist in a post-apocalyptic world. He's also known as Psycho the Survivalist. More shadow monsters. Okay, Amelia, which might also be Powder, because Powder is the only VTuber I'm aware of who went so far as to model her model off of Amelia for certain streams. See, and now this segment looks very video gamey. This looks like this kind of gives me Kingdom Hearts vibes, honestly. Like the 1,000 Heartless battle in Kingdom Hearts. Like, you're just going from, like, person to person to person, beating up enemies and sort of throwing them off into the distance. See, like, you have that dash ability and whatnot. Although it looks like she wasn't actually stuck there fighting them permanently. She can go for an escape right away. This also kind of gives me Sonic 06 vibes, where, like, when Sonic, like, breaks an opponent robot, he doesn't really, like, blow them up so much as he just, like, kicks them out into Timbuktu, where they can't come back from. See, this is something else I'm not sure of. This gives me Bleach vibes, but at the same time, I don't think I've seen Lusty Lynx depicted with glasses on before, but I would not put it past her to have this as a toggle in her streams. Lusty Lynx is another one of these that unfortunately just does not stream at a time when I'm really available to watch streams. So, unfortunately, I don't get to see her most of the time. But you have all these, like, See, this is another one, too. So, we'll see this again later, where Bupela seems to channel the shadows to do the attack here. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Is that supposed to be emblematic of the person being corrupted? And of course we have Leaflet, your stellar humanist idol. This is the person who came up with stellar humanism, by the way. I don't think she came up with the concepts, the specific concepts she used to build it, but putting them all together into a singular ideology, she's the one who came up with that. So you see this here too, this sort of dude Bupela. It's the same color scheme as Bupela. And then I guess we have Eustace back, flexing his cat muscles.
Twisky Showdown!
So again, this is one of these, like, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be an anime or be a video game. Switch to English dub for the viewers at home. You're gonna invoke the dub versus sub thing. Okay, so these are our 3 protagonists for the rest of the video. I'm not sure who... I'm still pretty sure this is Bupela. I'm not sure who this girl is or who this girl is. I have seen this face before. I know she's a VTuber. I've never seen enough of this person to know really who they are. Or I'm pretty sure this is a VTuber. This looks very familiar to me. She doesn't look familiar to me. I'm not sure who she is. Okay, hold on. Let me put the CC on so I can see what this guy's saying. I don't like paste and patching with that. Hold on, we'll just go back. I get over you. You don't like paste and patching with that. I'm better than you are. I still don't know what he said. The CC didn't pick up any of that. Alright, fine. That's just naughty.
That's hilarious.
This, like, giggling and that's hilarious is, like, very anime girl walking around the city style. And we're just out of the city and on a field of grassy knolls. For some reason. On the one hand, I love that this is just literally a hostess truck in the middle of nowhere with accurate hostess products on it. So you got a Twinkie, you got the cupcakes, what are these called? Ding dongs? Something like that? This is just like random as hell. Like, why? They just a hostess truck out in the middle of nowhere for no reason. So in hindsight, this should have been a very obvious bait for trap. Although, it kind of looks like these goblin things were going to attack the truck, not the characters. Again with these shadow creatures. So, like, they look like goblins to me. Like, is this just what monsters are in this universe? They're just the shadow creatures? There's not a normal version of a goblin that's just like a green-skinned dude? Okay, so the mannequin girl? I'm not sure what she is. Harlequin, maybe? I'm going to call her the Harlequin girl. She does wield a sort of dark, sort of spatial magic energy looking ability. What happened here that caused her to get damaged? It didn't look like she took a hit. Am I missing something here? Okay, she swings her sword. They all get thrown away. Then we zoom out. Trying to figure out what's happening here. It cuts. It did look like they were about to hit her, maybe? But I'm not clear, and now she's holding something in this hand, which I don't think she was before. But then after making this attack, she falls down, yeah. Not holding anything in her hand anymore. And see, like this, suddenly now, she's not just got her pink lightning, she's got like this black tornado she's attacking with as well. Which usually in anime, when this sort of thing happens, there's a sense that like dark power has entered into the protagonist and they are wielding that dark power, which is a very dangerous thing to do because that power tends to corrupt you on like the emotional, spiritual level to where you overall like it will eventually corrupt you into an evil entity if you continue to allow it. And it's just so weird to me because this is such a serious looking, serious sounding, like you hear the sound, you hear like the sound for this bit. Like the music and everything. This is such a dead ass serious moment in the middle of this. Her friends are all concerned. And then we're just back to normal. Everything's fine. Let's go get some Twinkies. These guys like Twinkies at the level of Tallahassee from Zombieland. I don't know who's seen the movie Zombieland. There's a character in Zombieland. He's one of the main characters named Tallahassee. And he tells the primary protagonist very early in the show that he wants Twinkies. They say Twiskies on them, but Twinkies. He wants Twinkies. And he says, contrary to popular belief, Twinkies do have an expiration date. And one day, the world's Twinkie meter is going to hit 0. And I want to eat Twinkies before that day. So he spends the entire movie looking for Twinkies. And like they find them at the end of the movie after finding a huge horde. They just so happen like to find a delivery truck to a carnival that had a bunch of Twinkies in it. And then he's satisfied. But this reminds me heavily of Tallahassee, which is why, because Tallahassee says this in the movie, it's why I said Twinkie, 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 Twinkie when they were like doing this bit here. But you know, is that not, I'm gonna guess this must be a little off. It doesn't actually say hostess. I'm guessing that that's a little off somehow to avoid copyright. But it looks the same. Thank you, everyone. Stay as one because we are one. I wish you all many blessings. Yeah, to stay as one because we are one. That again, that's basically there's a big effort in the Sky Bros community to like don't schism, stay together, work together. Because we had some folks who came in and tried to cause a schism recently. So that is the why to that one. This was very funny, though, Bupela. I liked this video a lot. I enjoyed it immensely. Very good video. Very fun. It's a little quirky, kind of jumps around from thing to thing a little bit, but that's not a bad thing. That could definitely be like a genuinely good thing. I enjoyed it. I'm glad to have viewed it. I will definitely start putting more Bupela stuff into my playlist. This was really well done, amazingly done. I want to see what part 2 looks like because there's a part 2 to this. So I kind of want to see where part 2 goes. This was hilarious. It was very well done. Good job. I've said everything I want to say about it, so that's all, my curious scholars. Until next time. Bye-bye.